One of the most noticeable improvements over Wolfenstein 3D is the complexity of levels in Doom. No longer are you confined to one simple floor of a building. In Doom, you will commonly find elevators, staircases, overpasses, and recessed walkways, all contained on a single level. This makes each level a larger and more interesting place to explore than in Wolfenstein, which adds greatly to the realism of the environment. Possessed humans are the weakest foes you'll have to face in Doom, but even so, don't expect the first level to be a cakewalk. Blood-covered and well-armed, these crazed ex-co-workers of yours have been through hell, and they're just dying to share the experience. They can take much damage, but they pack a good punch and love sneaking up behind you. Secret doors abound in Doom, but not all of them can be revealed by strafing the walls and expecting them to open. Many doors and elevators require a pressure pad or sensor beam to be tripped before they activate. Switches like this one often open hidden doors leading to a whole new wing of the level you are on. Just when you think you're done with a level, you'll see a previously closed gap in a wall, and you'll know the nightmare isn't over yet. Perhaps the most useful new feature is the inclusion of an auto map. If you thought getting lost in Wolfenstein was irritating, try navigating this level without flipping to map view. The multi-levels of Doom would be nearly impossible to finish without this overhead view. In addition to telling you where you are, the auto map can also give you clues to the locations of secret doors you haven't discovered yet. Flip the right switch and you can take a walk outside. The scenery and graphic detail are bound to attract a lot of people to Doom, even those who weren't fans of Wolfenstein. Hard-to-reach areas like this are never requirements to finishing a level, but they are often lucrative treasure troves. The blue sphere will give you an extra life and boost your player's health back to 100%. The second installment of Doom is scheduled to be a trip through hell. Doom's version of hell is a dark, foreboding place filled with great treasure and even greater danger. This demon seems genuinely happy to have some human company to eat. The darkened rooms, winding corridors, and strange teleportation pads make hell a tense place to adventure in. Travel well armed or you won't travel far. Finding one of these nasty things in a darkened corridor or an elevator shaft can be a quick end to your career as a space marine. These demon troops seem to be the first creatures to escape hell and infest your space station. If you're only armed with a pistol and one of these monsters happens along, be prepared for a fight. Troops shoot fireballs like there's no tomorrow, which there won't be for you if you don't shoot fast. This guy looks like he really knows how to have fun. These demons have a grin that could unnerve Hannibal Lecter. When it's time for them to claim your immortal soul, they don't have a problem with chewing your face and chest to get at it. These guys take a lot of damage before lying down. A shotgun will work eventually, but facing more than one will require more serious firepower. The level of detail in which the levels are drawn makes Wolfenstein look like a cartoon in comparison. This section of wall found in Hell is a good example of the care that has gone into this game, and it's not even finished yet. Combine changing light levels with the souped-up graphics, and the result is a game environment that is more realistic and creepier than any other first-person game out there. Whoever said hell ain't a bad place to be probably never ran into one of these beauties. These floating heads are things you don't want to come across when you're low on health, ammo, or nerve. Even with the chain gun, the beastie will take a long time to kill. Meanwhile, it's spitting fireballs in your face. These things can make quick work of would-be cartographers trying to explore hell. If you can survive fights in which you're greatly outnumbered by some pretty intimidating monsters, you'll usually be well rewarded. Like most games set in some kind of a dungeon, Doom seems to put large amounts of nastiness in areas worthy of guarding. This area will give you ammo, a new weapon to have lots of fun with, and a life sphere to allow more demons to chew on you. That inset in the wall might be worth taking a closer look at too. Computer banks like this can be frequently found on the space station. Although they're just decoration at this point, they may change in the full version of the game. There's been a rumor circulating suggesting that some of the computer terminals on the base may be active when the game is complete. Only time will tell what those twisted freaks at ID have up their sleeves. Doom's third set of scenarios is reported to take you back to the space station you started off on. Although you may be back in the natural world, evil has obviously been hard at work in your absence. The inclusion of traps will make the gamer very wary of strange and unusual things, like doors decorated with skulls that move up and down without even being approached. Like in Wolfenstein 3D, when you kill something, the body doesn't magically disappear in a puff of pixelated smoke. The grim reminders of your dirty work stick around and allow you to navigate by thinking to yourself, Lots of dead things. I think I've been here before. This is what happens to one of those floating redheads when enough firepower gets pumped down its throat. That'll teach it to breathe stinky fireballs on people. At this stage in Doom's development, this cutie is the most vicious, disgusting thing that wants to rip out your soul through your nose. Called a bruiser, it hurls green fireballs, takes a beating like nothing else, and is generally unpleasant. Although these things are far from pushovers, I hope we will see some boss demons in the final version of the game.